When did we go? Tuesday. So Tuesday we went off to Fassounds to do some metabolic testing, just to get a good look into what's going on and what my body's actually doing.
Also, I'm pressure. Okay, yeah, so today we're measuring how Marilla uses lactate and fat as fuels. Surprisingly, lactate is a fuel, not a waste product. And this test is essentially helping her determine which intensity you should be training at to improve the systems which use these fuels. So when she's racing, this will mean that she can ride harder, more efficiently, and in the triathlon setting, go faster.
It basically started with us taking some body fat percentage measurements, so anthro, that sort of thing. What we were looking at was fat oxidation as well as a lactate accumulation test, essentially. So basically how it worked was you warmed up on the bicycle, you were wearing one of those masks that measures your oxygen and CO2 output, and every 7 minutes the power increased by 35 watts. So you started super easy and then it increased every 7 minutes by the 25 watts. And at the end of each interval you had to point at your RPE, so you weren't allowed to talk. They measured your lactate, so a little ear prick into the earlobe and just took some blood. Then obviously they're also looking at things like your heart rate and that sort of thing. And then towards the end of the whole test was around 45 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly. That's when things got quite spicy and it got quite tiring.
Just 30 seconds.
And basically in the results, what we saw was that as the intensity was lower, my body was primarily oxidizing fat. And then as the intensity increased, fat oxidation decreased, and you could see that my carbohydrate utilization increased substantially. So that was quite interesting. Apparently my fat oxidation is good, so that's good news. And then also looking at the lactate, you saw quite a strong ramp up as the intensity increased, which was also quite interesting. And obviously what you would expect to see as well. So yeah, some good information to go home with, to know also where we are and where we can improve on. And you generally try to do these tests every, I think they said every 6 months or so. So you can see how you've improved, how your body's responding to the training that you're doing. Are you training in the correct zones? That sort of thing. Obviously, there's a lot more science to it, but that's basically the crux of it.